right beside you. You are right behind you. Guest of my soul, ride or die. The guest of my soul. Guest of my soul. Don't be afraid to tell me you need me, 'cause I need you. Stay as long as you like. Stay as long as you need. Guest of my soul. You are.
Val 88.1.
Hey, what's up? This is Vinny Da Vinci right here on the Corner of Soul with my man Bruno Soul.
Val 88.1.
Yeah, what's up? This is DJ Christos, and you're listening to The Corner of Soul with my man Brino Soul on VOW 88.1.
You are tuned into the 24th South African Radio Awards Campus of the Year, VOW 88.1.
Hey, what's up? This is Vinny Da Vinci right here on the Corner of Soul with my man Reno Soul.
On your radio and online. This is VOW 88.1.
you think? Let me know on 074-577-9461. We are getting so much love. Even on Facebook, people are showing love. Shout out, by the way, to Sabi. Yeah, man, she's listening and she's been waiting in anticipation for the beautiful guest of my soul, man. And yes, she is here. Now, if you check her Facebook page, by the way, so her Facebook page is DJ Sisol Nkosi. Now she's standing on a white beach, watching the sunset. Not in Cape Town, not in Durban, in the Maldives. So yeah. Now, if you want to know about Maldives, this is in South Asia, by the way. It's a small island. It's like the size of Joburg CBD combined. Yeah. What's your typical day, by the way? I mean, you're from the Maldives. Your typical day in the Maldives.
Oh my God.
We'll get into the Soweto side.
Okay.
Yeah.
Typical day is a music day, man.
Yeah.
Connecting, socializing, networking, and enjoying the sunsets and the sunrise.
Wow, man. Yo.
Getting in touch with nature. Yeah.
Wow, man.
That's a typical day.
Yeah. Delighted to have you, by the way.
Thank you.
Siso.
Nice to be here.
Yes, man. You just brought some A game. The guest of my soul between 5 and this time, man. Now, originally from Soweto. Where in Soweto?
Naledi.
Naledi?
Yeah.
Ah, man. That's like the deep side of Soweto.
Yeah, deep Soweto.
You know, we've been friends on Instagram. Yeah. So, but officially, we met in Kofifi, I think sometime last month or 2 months back.
Yeah, last month.
This is through a mutual friend. Shout out to Housemates, by the way. I know he's tuning in.
Yeah, he probably is.
Yeah, man. Now, let's take it back to the days in Naledi as DJ Sisol or Sisol.
What do you want to know?
When you were growing up as a DJ, man, I mean, who was your inspiration that time?
DJ Fresh.
Yeah.
Number one.
Oh,
Definitely DJ Fresh.
And guess what? He's coming through later.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, he's coming through.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we're just waiting.
And I've never met him. Yes, guys.
Yeah.
Bama. But
No, one day. Probably in the Maldives.
yeah, DJ Fresh. Hey, but I grew up in Naledi, born in Naledi, moved to Palm Springs, spent about all my teenage years in Palm Springs, then moved to Pretoria. So I've been a person who moves around.
Oh, Pretoria. We're in Pretoria. I'm from Pretoria.
Years.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, then moved back to Soweto. But home, my dad is from Davidton. So I'm also from the East Rand. So I move around a lot.
Now, Maldives. Mm-hmm. How did you end up in the Maldives? I mean, this is South Asia, not in the US. Not in New York. The Maldives.
Guys. Looking at my line of work, I've been a resident at numerous places. Mm-hmm. At the time, year before last, I was a resident DJ mostly in the north. Mm-hmm. I was working with closely with LSG.
Yes.
So the Test Kitchen, the guys from Italy. The owner of the Test Kitchen. And then a friend of mine, Jenica, I don't know if you guys know Sinwa as well. They also from the north.
Yeah.
They recommended me at this establishment in the Maldives.
Right.
So that's how I ended up in Maldives for residency in Maldives.
Wow, man. So how long have you been there?
9 months.
9 months since.
Mm-hmm. Left last year, April.
But are you going back?
Yeah, I'm working on going back. But then also you get other opportunities. So I'm still weighing my options at the moment. So we could be going somewhere else. In
Maldives. Judging from the kind of style that you have dished to the corner of soul masses, and this is like through the kind of music that I think is well received internationally.
Yeah.
How would you say the masses are receiving the music, and how has it changed even your approach into that?
How are they receiving my music?
Yes.
Pretty well.
I mean,
pretty shocking.
The
though.
point is, you're dealing with different ethnic groups.
I am.
AKA races.
I am.
So now, obviously, the approach differs from time to time.
From time to time,
Yes.
it really does, because there's a certain sound that South African people always vibe to.
Yeah.
And South African people are really not narrow-minded. They're very open-minded. So whenever you give them or teach them a different sound, they're very receptive of it, especially at Kofifi. Not just Kofifi, but everywhere.
Yeah.
They're very receptive. And it's actually quite shocking that when you move from South Africa to a different country, you get to meet other DJs and then come across that they're actually playing the same sound that you play, which is really nice. You know, you get people playing Ingo Mazabo, Chronicle Deep, and then you're like, do you know this person? They're like, no, I don't. But you're playing a South African sound in Maldives. So it's really broad. It's really broad. And the type of music that I play is, I love progressive melodic house now. I'm getting in touch with it quite frankly. But then mostly people know me from soulful house, alternative. But I still play that depending on the gig. So.
But now tell me, I think this is in line to... There's a certain movement, if you're quite aware of. It's called Circle.
Yeah, I am.
These guys, they play at abstract places.
They do.
It's snowy, it's by the mountain, it's edgy, but the vibe is
Egypt.
going.
They always, I've been following the
I think the last one
for-
was, I think somewhere, it's like but it's snowy.
It's in Switzerland.
Switzerland,
Yeah.
yes, yeah.
The last one was in Switzerland, in Zurich.
Go on.
I've been following the movement for quite some time, and I see myself there. So I think that is why I play the way I play, because I guess you need to, let people know the sound and the direction that you are taking, so that they can keep up and catch up to it.
Can we drop the horn? Yes, ma'am.
You guys need to catch up to it. But house music is amazing, man.
It is.
Very great. And yeah.
Listen to this one.
Usuchayisele phezu kwenumber to number. Hayi, isikhape man mankosi, isikhape sifikise endlini. Hayi, next mix man. Hayi, sibonga ukwande. Vow FM. Corner of Soul.
Yes, sir.
So much.
Akwande bafethu.
So much love to you, man. Yeah, Sisol, man, you are so discreet. Can I say that? Especially on Facebook. You don't post quite as often.
Yeah.
But I don't know, is there, what is it? Is it a formula? Is it on a contractual base? What is going on? I tried to Google you.
Hey.
Well, I know you through music, but obviously you need to do some deeper research.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I started a long time ago with Abo Female DJ Network and all of them. I used to be consistent with my posting and all of that.
Okay.
But because I am pushing a very niche market, I try and post, I try and let my work speak for itself.
Yeah.
So I post my work
Yeah.
and what you guys need to know about
Yeah.
and where we're going as DJ C Soul. So
And I
that's all.
saw your video at Black Coffee's shop, by the way. Shout out to you, man.
Thank you so much,
I think
Alamiri.
you deserve a round of applause. So yeah, quickly, because you are going to the Maldives sooner. So yeah, where do we find you on socials? Because I think people want to follow you.
On Instagram, it's DJCSOUL01. On Facebook is DJ Soul Nkosi, because the previous Facebook account, which has more information and updates, was hacked, so we had to open a new one. But Instagram, DJ Soul01, Facebook, DJ Soul Nkosi.
Shout out to you, man.
Thank you
so much for
much.
coming through. It means so much. You brought something different to the corner of soul.
Thank you.
And shout out to you once again.
Shout out to you as well.
We'll see you in no time than soon.
Absolutely.
Love you lots, man.
Thank you.